I will begin with the official hello, and better yet, how about an official hug for all my good friends, those visiting the channel for the first time? I welcome you with open arms to another edition of Rumor Rants, where rumor rants. I will rant about a topic, I will shed some light and try to educate it, all while trying to get a few things off my chest in the process, which is good for all of us. And boy, oh boy, do I ever have a good one for you today, because you know who we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about those evil, disgusting, despicable, no good for nothing scumbag short sellers. Oh, the nerve of these people. How dare they breathe the same air we do? And you know who I'm talking about. The world wants rid of them. The media is calling for their heads. Wall Street bets want to steamroll these people and make them all insolvent. And the leader of all leaders in the short sell revolution, King Elon Musk himself, wants to be the poster boy for the destruction of this group of people. But before we go any further, guys, I hate to say this to you, but they couldn't be any more wrong. Especially Elon Musk couldn't be any more wrong when it comes to short sellers. So in this video, I'm going to tell you why. Whether you agree or disagree with short selling, why they play such a vital role in this market. And you'll learn to look at them like a pit bull. Unfair stereotyped. You know, everybody's always saying pit bulls are mean. They'll just rip you to shreds. When you want to board a pit bull at a boarding facility, it'll take any other dog. But a pit bull, because pit bulls are mean. Places won't even rent to you if you have a pit bull. But then one day a pit bull jumps on your lap, starts slobbering on you, rubs its face and licks your face. And you realize, man, all this pit bull wants is some love. It's just being a dog. Why are people so mad about pit bulls? And that's what you're going to do. You're not going to be so mad about short sellers. So as we start today, what I want to talk about is this. They do play a vital role into the markets, and everybody that trades or intends on trading and investing over a long period of time should understand the short selling argument and what short sellers are thinking, because it ultimately will make you more money. And just like the universe that we're living in, there's certain things that we need for our own existence, such as the coral reefs, the trees, the grass, insects, some of the things that we don't like, but we need them so we can breathe air, prosper, and survive. And in every healthy, functional market, especially bull markets, you will need short sellers. So I'm going to give you a couple of reasons why they are important and we should keep them around. And you either agree or you don't disagree, but put it down in the comment section. Let me know how you guys feel. The first thing I will say about short sellers is they've always been good at exposing fraud. When I first started back in the 2000s, one of the first and most important short sellers was Jim Chanos and Enron. Now, back then, he was treated as any other short seller is today. No one liked him. The media couldn't stand him because he felt that something was wrong with Enron. Something just wasn't right, and he chose to investigate that. Ultimately, you realize what happened with Enron. Now, understand that his investigations and looking into the company and realizing something was wrong led to millions upon millions of dollars not being wasted. He educated the common retail investor and told them to avoid. So the work that he did saved regular, ordinary people millions upon millions of dollars. Also, many of you have already seen The Big Short and understand the theory behind it with Michael Burry's short. While all of this was going on, they realized that the banks were doing something illegal. They were giving predatory loans. They knew that it wasn't sustainable. Now, before they even shorted, they were actually trying to tell people that there is a scam going on. But as always, a lot of people didn't want to listen. But a lot of people did. And it saved those people billions. Again, somebody exposing fraud. Now, recently I talked about a great documentary on Netflix about the China hustle, where short sellers like Muddy Waters Research, Citron Research, many of these places under a lot of scrutiny now since this GameStop thing, but it's outfits like that and the Alfred Littles who exposed these frauds, that told us investors that these companies like Orient Paper were bullshit with no employees, that their fundies, that their financials were made up, that you could do that kind of stuff in China. If it wasn't for those types of people, the regular retail investor, such as myself and as you, would not be aware of most of the frauds today. So historically, short sellers have provided a very good whistleblower consumer reports type of thing to the market. They've exposed these frauds, and that's important because it will educate you, and many of us have avoided those stocks for that reason. The next part is short selling is the essence of freedom itself. Now, I know with all the heat here on GameStop, I want you to understand, I'm not defending hedge funds as I said in my past video, but Melvin Capital didn't do anything wrong here. They're just simply exercising a right that the market gave them. Now, for most investors that come into the market, the theory is I will buy a good company or what I think is a good company, and it will go higher. Now, sometimes those companies, in fact, lied to you about their balance sheets, and you lost money believing in them. But sometimes they don't fulfill their promises. But then what about all the rest of the companies? I mean, there's good companies, obviously, but what about the rest of the companies? The ones that are run by jerks. Now, we've all worked at a place before, right? Where we wondered why it was even open because management was so stupid. You're so shocked that they're even in business. And it's not like people didn't try to reach out. So when you look at a GameStop, it's the same type of business model that Blockbuster was year before. It's not like Blockbuster back in the old days didn't know about Netflix. They had a chance to buy them but turned it down because they didn't believe it. It's not like they didn't have time to conform to digital. They chose not to. Just like GameStop made a mistake. Now, what do you do about those people? If they're going to run their business into the ground, that should be your right to make money off of someone else's stupidity because you can't help everyone, right? And also the other thing is what happens during a market correction? Why should you be punished? So let's say, for example, the Fed comes out, which you have no control over, and decides they want to raise interest rates, and the market tanks. That's not your fault, is it? Why should you be punished? Why should you watch your 401k and your longs get imploded because the Fed made a mistake? Why should you let the stupid ignorance of monetary policy from central banks and other governments, why should you let that hurt you? You should be able to profit on it. If they're going to be an idiot, because I tell you what, when all those people lost their money in the crash of 2008, there was no help for those people. They just watched their portfolios implode because they didn't understand short selling or they didn't believe in short selling. And at least if you know what short sellers are thinking of, you would know when the time is to get out. So where was all the help? Where's all the revolts of protecting the little guy then? So as you can see, short selling gives you guys a complete power to make money at will at any market. Bullish, bearish, sideways, bad companies, good companies, everything corrects. And this just puts one more thing in your toolkit that will make you more money. Now the last will be, most of you already know what short selling is. When you short a stock and you cover, you're in essence buying it. And short sellers are wrong a lot, just like buyers are wrong. Now when you take a guy like our friend old Muskie here, who seems to hate hedge funds and shorters, I'm just curious, how do you guys think his stock got so high in the first place? Was it all based on fundamentals? Was he always this visionary? Or was it the fact that much of that move had to do with hedge funds chasing and stubborn shorts continually shorting the stock? Now, from Musk's point of view, he's just taken this personal because he thinks if somebody wants to short their stock that they don't like the company itself. Now, while that may be true, traders like myself look for shorts not because we hate the company, but because we see opportunity and we see opportunity to make money and feed our family. The only reason that Tesla is trading above $100 is for the fact of short sellers and the hedge funds, the very same people he's chastising in the media. Because without them, he wouldn't be anywhere where he is. Mars wouldn't be on the table. Because you guys must understand, how did a bankrupt company like GameStop go from $18 to $500? Was it fundamentals? Was it because GameStop revolutionized the video game industry? Did they come out with a new CEO or a future? Did they offer you something for the future that made you feel like this was an investment? No. Neither did AMC, neither did BlackBerry, or the rest of those companies. Those were simple short squeezes. Short squeezes that made long buyers a whole lot of money. So if you can't think about liking short sellers for the fact that they expose fraud, and that short selling gives you a freedom and a luxury and a power to make money in any market, you could at least see the benefit of having them around just for the sheer purpose to steamroll their ass so you can get rich. So guys, that's what I want to say. I understand how people think. They think it's un-American or it's not right to root for a company that goes down. But let's talk about what kind of industry we're in. Is this the most holier than thou industry? I mean, come on, look at the Fed. Look at these companies taking bailout money. I mean, come on. Do you think all of these billionaires, these people that we look at, the Musks, the Bezos, the Zuckerberg, you think these people played by the rules? You think they care about you? No, it's all about investors in the bottom line. The stock market is a dirty business. It's not the place to get moral because they don't exist in this business. For traders like myself, we simply don't look at stuff like that. We just play the odds and play the probabilities. And shorting gives us a power that we might not otherwise have. It gives us an ability to make money. And you guys will probably see it one day whenever the market decides to correct. And whenever these stocks decide to correct, you will be embracing the fact that you can make money while they go through just a simple business cycle. And man, there ain't nothing wrong with that. And of course, as always, why do you think this stuff goes up so much? Why is this market so high? Because people continue to short it. And the more shorts that get run over, the more buying that comes in. And those stocks that you hold just make you more money. So guys, short seller lives do matter. We do need short sellers. And we will always, and the market will always have a place for short sellers. You're in my heart, short sellers. So anyway, guys, I want to thank you for watching this edition of Rumor Rants. Tell me what you think about short sellers. Share with me all the stuff that you've got going on in your mind. Or if you guys have anything you want me to talk about in another rant or a happy hour, just feel free to reach out to me anytime, guys. I want to thank you very much for your support. Thank you for watching this video. Until the next Rumor Rants.